My name is Jug. I am 24, and I hope you guys like that intro to the San Diego beaches with my drone shots. I just wanted to show you a little bit of where I come from. So I'm making this video for the Retinitis Pigmentosa group and Facebook or on Reddit, and people suggested that I make this video to kind of explain to people and share my own experience of retinitis pigmentosa. So I was diagnosed at around age 13. I found out after playing basketball, and I realized I couldn't see some of the passes on the sides. Yeah, and then I went to the doctor, got checked, and got diagnosed for RP. So when you're getting diagnosed for RP, you usually do a bunch of tests. I know the main one is when you're in a room with this machine and you peek through the machine and there's a bunch of dots, and some are brighter than the others, and they're kind of all over the place, and you have to click on if you see the dots show up. There's also some that are they test you if you could see in the dark, because with RP you can't see in the dark. You lose night vision, which I'm going to get into more later. Well, I kind of find that test to be inaccurate, because let's say when I'm driving in the morning or daylight, I can still drive in the daylight, or even when it's kind of gloomy, I can still see on the side cars that are legit on my peripheral, or even what's down here on my passenger seat. But when you're doing that machine test, I can't see whatever's on here at all. So I kind of find that test to be pretty inaccurate, but it does give the doctors a ballpark of where you're at. You might also want to ask to get referral from your doctors to get genetic testing, because they do have some cures for some specific retinitis pigmentosa genes. I'm not quite sure though which ones, because I haven't done it myself. So the causes of retinitis pigmentosa is mainly hereditary and genetic disease. So you usually pick it up from your parents, or along the line from way back in the past. But for me, I'm the only one I know in my family that has anything that has to do with RP, so it's it's confusing. I guess it could happen randomly to some people. As for other causes, I'm not quite sure there are any. Symptoms. As for symptoms, as I said earlier, you do lose night vision. You lose peripheral vision, which is right here, and some in the central vision. It's different for everyone. It progresses differently. You also see those white blurbs or floaters that you see if you have RP. You know what I'm talking about. And I think depth perception. I don't really have that much problem with that, so I'm not quite sure about that one. But with RP, it's with retinitis pigmentosa, it's different for everyone. The YouTuber Molly Burke, she's completely blind, but for me, I can still see. It progresses slowly. I'm 24 now, so it's been 11 years since I got diagnosed, and I still have a lot of my vision left. For some people, they get diagnosed at 50. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how you could live that long and not get diagnosed that long. I guess it the RP doesn't develop until that age, and then they go blind in 2 years. Yeah, it's different for everyone, and I kind of want to share this experience for people that are similar to mine. I kind of just went through the details of RP pretty fast, because I know most people just research on their own anyway, and you could find it on Wikipedia or Google. For me personally, let's say work, it's easy. I sit in the office. It's sedentary, so if you have RP and you still want to work a good job, do try to get an education, just because it'll allow you for a broader choice of career that you can pick from, since with RP you're pretty limited to some jobs. Like, you know, you can't work like night shifts where it might be hard for you to get a ride to your job, or like if you still drive, you can't drive at night. For sports or hobby, I still play basketball. I don't play 5-on-5 anymore, but I do play like 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It's kind of hard. I just kind of like force myself to do it, but you know, there's no excuse not to be physically active with RP. I mean, there's people in Paralympics that are into skiing and they have RP, so it's doable. And I think it helps that, you know, being active gives you endorphins, so you don't have to be depressed with retinitis pigmentosa. There's like workarounds. I powerlift, I lift weights, and you know, you don't need much sight to do those things. So just pick a hobby or sport that's easy on your eyes, which is pretty funny. Sorry if it's like the camera is shaking, by the way, because I'm holding the tripod and the camera and the mic, and it's like really heavy. But for my hobby, I do photography and filmmaking. You can actually follow me on Instagram. It's j.gaara. I'll link it down below if you want to see my journey. But a lot of these things are still doable, and I kind of want to share my experience, since I want to inspire people that have RP to show that they shouldn't give up on they shouldn't give up on their dreams. A lot of the things are still doable, and there's workarounds. So onto like lifestyle. I stopped going to clubs or bars. I mean, I used to. If a friend invite me from time to time, I'll still probably go, but not as much as I used to. It's tough on my eyes, and I feel like it's just a burden to people who I'm with. That's why it's important to also have like a good support system with family and friends, because those are the ones that'll give you rides at night or daylight if you can't drive at end of the day. You just have to learn how to appreciate them, because they're the ones that'll be there for you when you need them. Another problem besides the bars and clubs is restaurants. Sometimes they're dim. What you want to do is just kind of like ask a friend to like help you out and lead you the way. Personally, for me, if I'm in places that I have trouble walking around in, I just put my hand on their shoulder and I just kind of like walk with them. That's the easiest way for me to go somewhere. So you guys should try that out if you're not, you know, using a cane or a dog to help you out. So the last thing that I want to talk about is traveling. I've always kind of like made it a point to travel a lot ever since I graduated from college. Realized that I need to do something more with my life while I have RP. You should definitely travel. Get done with the cities that are kind of like hard to go through. Like I went to New York. You know, they're so crowded. If you have RP, you know that it's hard to walk around crowded areas. So you want to get done with places that are like very crowded, so you don't have trouble later on when your RP progresses. If you're into like hiking and stuff, maybe it would help, you know, to bring like a cane or like those hiking staffs that you use to hike. Just because the hard part about hiking with RP is that we don't have peripheral vision, so you kind of like have to take your time to take the next step on the next rock or on the path, watching out for like obstacles. So you just got to be careful with that, but it's still pretty much doable. I mean, completely blind people have hiked Mount Everest, so there's no excuse not to be able to do that. There's always a workaround. Like I said, like if you have RP, just make sure you go see the world if you can. I'm privileged enough to like work in a place that lets me take vacations, and I can go see the world, you know, bit by bit, and it really does help a lot that, you know, I'm able to do that, because I don't know, it's like one of the things that I've always wanted to do, was go see the world, and I don't want to miss out on it if, you know, my RP does progress and I go completely blind. Mainly just wanted to make this video to inspire people. So if you have any questions, you can send me a message or DM me on Instagram. Now I'll talk to you. I like following people who have RP and talking to them about it and helping them out. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys like it, and if you guys want to see more, just subscribe and like tell me what you guys want me to talk about next on the comment section. Thank you. Bye.